1 year ago today, I got shot on this sidewalk at my local Planet Fitness. I'm going to try not to get too emotional, but I may. 1 year ago today, exactly July 24th, 2024, my life changed forever. My family's life changed forever. I was standing outside of my local gym. I was on the phone with an employee on the sidewalk, going back and forth, when a random man that I didn't know, had never talked to, walked up behind me, pointed a gun at me, shot me point blank in the back of the head, probably only about 2 foot away from me, looking back at the video footage. Ultimately, the bullet entered my lower neck, went through my jaw, shattering everything on this side of my jaw, and exited through my mouth. By some miracle, by God, it missed anything vital, didn't hit an artery. I managed to stay conscious somehow, but bleeding and confused, I ran to a local Sonic that was nearby, banging on the windows to get their attention. Ultimately, a worker there by the name of Leslie called 911, and I was able to give them my phone number, or my wife's phone number, to call. There was an off-duty EMT that happened to be there. Didn't hesitate, got on the ground where they found me, started an IV, and working to keep me alive as I was laying in a puddle of my own blood. As the police showed up, I did my best to describe the shooter to them, but everything was a blur. I couldn't remember what he was wearing, couldn't really remember a whole lot. They loaded me in an ambulance, rushed me to the hospital, and I spent 6 days in the critical care unit, and 8 days total in the hospital. Multiple surgeries, a ventilator, life support, a feeding tube. At one point, my oxygen dropped dangerously low. I was fully dependent on that machine at 100% oxygen levels. And my wife, Alaina, never left my side, not for a moment. She held on, even when it felt like she was losing me, and didn't know what was going to happen. I spent 7 days on a feeding tube. I couldn't speak, I couldn't eat, and later I'd go through 14 weeks of having my jaw wired shut across 2 separate instances following surgeries. Since the initial surgery, I've had 3 more surgeries since then, including what would be a full jaw reconstruction with a metal prosthetic. Still to this day, I'm facing dental surgeries to get teeth replaced. In total, I've lost 4, 3 on the bottom, 1 on top. The bills, over $1.5 million in medical costs. Thankfully, we've not had to pay all of that, but enough to feel overwhelming. But one of the things that hurt the most was my daughter coming into the hospital and being afraid of me. She wouldn't look at me. She wouldn't come near me. She couldn't understand why I couldn't talk or why I couldn't speak. And that broke this daddy. Fortunately, my wife and I, my family, we weren't alone through all of this. People showed up. People showed up with prayers, with meals, with donations, with love. I want to thank the Portland Police Department, our local mayor, the incredible nurses that chose to care for me every shift that they could. They would pick up every extra shifts just to be with me. They would fight over taking care of me, our friends, our family, even complete strangers. A lot of people stepped in and carried us when we couldn't walk on our own. Just a few weeks after the shooting, I walked back into this very same gym, the very place where it happened, because I refused to allow fear to win. In total, I went into the hospital weighing about 212 pounds. And in January of this year, when everything was over, I was at 178. I couldn't chew food for months, but I kept going. Some people say it was a God thing, that it happened to you because someone else might not have made it out alive. Maybe it's true. I don't know why it happened. Sometimes I don't understand it. We're still healing physically, still healing mentally. But I do know this. I'm still here, and I refuse to waste that gift. To anyone that's watching this, going through something hard, something unthinkable, something unimaginable, I want you to know that you're stronger than you think you are. You don't have to fight alone. So today, on the 1-year mark of the worst day of my family's lives, we're choosing gratitude. Gratitude for the healing, for the hope, and for every hand that helped us rise. We want to give a thanks to God, to the medical team, to the staff at the Sonic, to the EMT that responded while off duty, to each and every single one of you that are watching this, that prayed, that gave, that cooked meals for our family, that ordered DoorDash, that called or even cared. We're still healing, but we're still here. We also want to continue to pray for the family of the individual that committed this act. I can only imagine what it is that they're going through today. He did choose to take his own life. But I do want to remind those of you that may be struggling mentally, seek out for help. Seek out to loved ones around you, and get the care that you need. I'll never understand why we went through this, but hopefully through our testimony and through what happened, we can be a light and we can be a witness to other people that go through tough things. I don't wish anything like this upon anybody, but tough times happen. Challenges happen, but it's how we face that fear, it's how we face those challenges that make us who we are today. So, a little bit of information. 1 year ago today, I got shot. But here I am 1 year later, still going to the same exact gym that everything happened at. Because God kept me. Thank you.